Alright guys, hello, welcome to the video. We're going to play the T-50. We did a session in the T-100 LT. It was pretty freaking wild. We lost 3 of the 4 games. I thought I played pretty well, but you guys will see that session before this one, so you let me know how you think I did. We're going to now play the T-50. We have 30 battles in this vehicle, right? So a tier 10 and a tier 5, I think it's a really good mix. I'm running this thing with vents, optics, and rammer, and yeah, tier 5, right? Like, I mean, there's not much else to say, guys. My win rate's going to be pretty high in this thing. You're playing against players that aren't quite as good, and it's just things are easier at lower tiers. But I do have to mark this thing, right? And it was recommended that I play this vehicle. I love this thing. It plays just like the A20. It's basically exactly the same thing as the A20. It's just in the, what do you call it, up here in Tech Tree, and you go to the collector's vehicles, and you'll find that tank in here in the collector's vehicles. So that's where it's located, and you know, if you want to pick it up for yourself, go for it. It plays identical to the A20. I mean, in fact, I would go so far as to, I don't want to bore you guys, but let's go ahead and just compare it. Add to comparison, and we'll go to Tech Tree, and we'll go to the A20, and we will add to comparison. And let's just take a quick look and see just at the base values. So it looks like with actually, we got to configure these first. Let's configure them. So let's put the max everything on there. Tier 5. I don't think I used that gun. What is it? The 76 millimeter, I believe I used, or was it this one here? I think I actually used the 45 on the A20. I think I did use the 45 millimeter. So we'll go with that and just do this real quick. Yep. And we will hit apply. We're just going to look at the standard tanks. I'm not going to throw everything on there, just so we can get an idea. Configure the T-50 as well. Everything looks maxed already because I compared it. When you hit compare, we'll just turn all this off. When you hit compare on your own tank that you already own, I think it puts everything on there for you. So we want to turn all this, get rid of all this, right? Turn that off. Look at the standard rounds. Turn all this off. Because again, we're just looking at the base values to get an idea. We could even go on Tanks GG and do this. Let me just double check the A20 and make sure all that stuff is turned off as well. Again, yeah. So, firepower looks a little bit better on the T-50. Slightly more average damage in pen, but again, it's going to depend on the gun you use. So this could change. Yeah, the gun depression is pretty much the same. Again, this will depend on the gun you use, but it looks like the A20 has slightly better aiming time and dispersion on its smaller gun there. Again, DPM could change. Armor's like exactly the same. Weight load limit is a little, it looks like higher on the A20, but I don't really care about that. The A20 does look like it's a lot faster though, so that's something to note. But how is the engine power? I guess it's around, yeah, 500 on the A20. So the A20 seems much quicker. Concealment is a little bit better on the T-50 though. View range is slightly better on the A20. So there's some differences, right guys? There's some differences, but they play almost exactly the same, right? In my eyes, you have the same gun depression. The tank profile is pretty much exactly the same and stuff like that. The armor is exactly the same. You don't really have armor. It just looks like, so you're getting a little bit better mobility on the A20 and a tiny little bit more view range, but it looks like you're getting a little bit more concealment overall on the T-50, right? And maybe you're getting a little bit more damage per shot, a little bit, you know, better base pen. But with the T-50, I still load the gold rounds because it's just not enough, man. You know, like honestly, like the freaking 90 pen, it's just not that good. So all that being said, guys, the tanks are very similar. We're running Brothers in Arms on these two people, and then so we have basically Brothers in Arms at 86-87% on these people. So it's not full. We have Recon, Situational Awareness, full Concealment, and yeah, Intuition down here at 81%. So crew is fine. And again, this vehicle is pretty fun to play, man. Again, like everything's average on it. It's got decent view range. Concealment's actually pretty good. The dispersion and like the DPM is actually pretty good on this thing. It's almost like the tier 5 version of this too, right? So like all these Russian tanks around these tiers are pretty much the same freaking thing. So let's get into the battles, guys. I think they're going to be fairly simple. You know, like tier 5 is, in my opinion, not as enjoyable to record as tier 10 is, or like tier 8 and stuff, but we're going to try our best to enjoy ourselves here. Just see what we can do. So on a map like this, at a tier like this, I usually just almost play like a TD at first. I know that sounds crazy, but like I'd rather go here than go in here because I don't even think you really have the view range to spot people over here. I just don't, you know, like 442 view range, you don't have CVS, so you know, I mean we can try it, but I just don't know if it's the right play, right? Let's see. I mean, let's give it a shot. Why not? But we're going to be going against a Type 64. And, like, we have in 12T, so it's like, where's the 12T going to go also? Okay, he's, like, AFK, apparently. And, yeah, you are giving up a lot of mobility compared to the A20 with the T-50. So just keep that in mind, guys. Like, make sure you run away quickly. If you're in trouble, like, you got to get out fast, right? I just really don't think we're going to have, like, unless these people poke out past the bushes, I don't think we're going to really have the view range to cut down on concealment enough from this distance. I mean, let's see. We got a lot of TDs back behind us, too, so, like, we're in a really good spot. We can try and get a little closer, maybe. It's just like, man, not lit here. There's STRV. Was spotted from that. Interesting. I thought I wouldn't be because we were kind of in the bush there, but maybe not enough, you know? Like the back of my tank was exposed or whatever, so... I'm literally going to try and get in here like this and just stay here. Because the STRV being where he is, like if I'm lit, that's not going to be a good time, you know? So let's see if we can spot maybe this Basoto, maybe the Su-100Y, S-35, SU-85. Like there's a lot of people back here, right? So that haven't been lit yet. Really could use these guys pushing forward a little bit, right? Like to try and contest this STRV, I mean. And see, even here, like, it's very possible all these Tank Destroyer players are sitting, like, back here or something, so we're not spotting them. But I think we're in a good location. Just kind of hang out for now and see how the game develops and progresses. If I were Su-100Y, I'd probably be here, to be honest. So, that would make sense. This is just going to be one of those games that's going to be a little boring. We got to see what the enemy team is going to do. But we're spotting the KV-1S, so that's good. There's no way this guy should be spotting me unless he's like right on top of me. A lot of people bouncing. Good. There's a pen. It's very entertaining to watch someone get absolutely lit up. Good. There's Su-100Y and S-35. We're getting all this spotting, though. I have to mark this thing, so I'm just going to kind of... I don't think this is being greedy, but I don't want to fire myself because I don't want to give away my location, even though I kind of already did, but I don't want to get relit. Okay, but we have the location now of the S-35 and the Su-100Y. I would almost consider trying to help the heavies, but the 12T is there to do some spotting. So we're going to kind of leave that up to him. would really help if some of these guys pushed like this, maybe, I think. People with XVM are going to see that arrow, but it's fine. I think that's the right play at this point. We have more players, and like the STRV really needs to be contested. Fine. Fine, man. Be that way, man, you know? Okay, spot the Wolverine as well. Thank you, Burza. Like, we need people to contest here, man. We have so many freaking players sitting back here, and, like, no one's even trying to contest this STRV. Good, there we go. Beautiful. Now the question is, do we want to try and go back, or do we want to try and push this side of the map? Get a few into the Su-100Y. Good. Getting some spotting on him as well. Good. It's all good. Good stuff. They have the mid, which is tricky because if we try and push, we're going to get whacked by other people, right? So. Soto's there. Okay, need to come back around like this. And get safe over here. This map is tricky to negotiate when they have, like, this. See where the T-29 is sitting and stuff, and they have the T-34-85 in the mid? Like, you can kind of get safe here. That's what I'm going to try and do, so we can punch through this side of the map. But you have to be really cautious, guys. You can't just, like, run out here. Like, you gotta put yourself in a certain location so you don't get hit from, like, here, right? So I'm gonna get, like, right here. Trying to use this hill to keep myself safe from both areas. The Wolverine is going to be behind the S-35, so we got to be really careful here. Good. Burrs is able to clean him up, and now we see where the T-29 is poking. This is why you have to be really careful here. Yeah, I don't know whether to push this or... because I really think we should be back to defend the base at this point. I would rather go and defend the base. I'm going to hit defend the base. But I think we've done decent so far. Good. This is a fairly close game. I mean, we might be able to bring this back. I think they kind of have the advantage, but if we can eliminate maybe the Type 64 and stuff, we might be in business here. Let's see. See if we can support the VK. Okay, Type 64 is coming up. The T-29 is my biggest concern right now, because he has a lot of freaking HP, and he's going to be, like, the main problem here. If this game becomes close enough where we can kind of bring it back. I don't know. They got a lot of HP over here, so... AMX is here. I'm going to go after this guy immediately. I'm gonna go right after this guy. Okay. Get 3 into him. We need to try and eliminate these guys over here. Good, AMX goes down. I didn't think M4 had the view range to spot me here. I'm actually going to come back around to this side and get a better angle. Su-85 doesn't spot me. This way we'll be able to surprise this guy. This is where concealment comes into hand. It is handy, right, guys? Because Now we have a different angle on this guy. I'm going to back up and do this. Hopefully I don't get... I'm concerned the Wolverine is going to poke here or something. I'm going to come down like this. Okay, I was hoping to surprise this guy. This tank just doesn't have the pen, dude. Yeah, there's no way, man. I don't have gun depression either, so like I need someone else to help me kind of do this, and I don't think I'm gonna get the help. Maybe we can get creative with this grass. No, he's down too far. I don't know how else to negotiate this. You know, we need to eliminate this guy. There we go. That took me way too long to figure out. Kind of concerned I'm becoming a bad player. Oops. Ay, man. I need someone else here. Like, these players are so freaking passive, dude. They're just sitting there. Like, we need someone to use some HP, man. There you go. There you go. Watch the Wolverine, man. T-29 being over here is good information. Trying not to get spotted by the M4. Artie is down here too. Okay. This guy's gonna hit me and kill me, watch. Swear, man, Artie is so freaking ridiculous, man. Like, you can't even like circle them, man. Good, he goes down. Oh, shooting HE? What the heck? How did I switch to that by accident, apparently? That took way too long to negotiate, man. I should have been able to play that better. But it's fine. This thing is so trollish on the move. You can see how we're trying to go after the bishop, man. And like I'm trying to stop turning the tank for just a short period of time so that the reticle shrinks a little bit. And we're just shooting. It just misses. And the bishop all that time is still able to turn his tank fast enough. Get a shot right next to me, right? If it didn't straight up hit the tank, hit me for 202. And I'm telling you guys, man, like this is why I dislike Artie. And I've played a lot of Artie. And everyone's like, Whirls, you know, it's not that OP. I'm like, dude, Artie is ridiculous, man. Like they can literally turn and keep up with you and shit like that. It's like, it's ridiculous, bro. So, I think we're going to try and cap at this point. If the T-29 starts coming back, I don't think he went to the mid, so I'm going to sit in these bushes anyway. He could poke up here, though. It's possible he made it over there, but I think he's probably still here. And the T-67, now if he takes the shortest route, right, which is just to go this way, the T-67 will light him. And if he's still here and tries to go this way, then the Wolf should light him. So I think we'll be all right here. You never know. He's a good player, man. He might, like, poke up in the mid. He might have fooled us all. Like, went to the mid or something. Someone pinged over here. I don't think he's over here, man. So I think the T-67 got there pretty quick. So there he is. Wow, he missed. Can't believe he missed that shot, man. But yeah, he did appear in the mid, so it's like you just gotta be aware, of where you think people might have gone. So, I mean, that was a pretty good game, man. I didn't think that was that bad. 987 spotting, 834 damage. We were second by experience. You had 2 kills. That was pretty good. So let's go again. Today we posted the 122 TM video. Looks like you guys are enjoying it pretty well. Got a couple comments already. Okay, live folks. So, I'm going to do the same exact play that I did in the T100 LT that I got so much flack for, apparently, when we did it. We're going to see how it works out at Tier 5. We're gonna give it a shot, man. But yeah, we got so much flack for that, guys. Like, goodness gracious, man. And it's funny, man, that the one guy who commented that was really pissed off at me was a better player than me, man. He doesn't play a lot of lights, but he has like a 61% win rate. I thought that was pretty damn good. But he was an asshole. It's like, I feel like almost every single player that's really good at this game that isn't like a content creator is an asshole. They're just rude. I enjoy trying to be one of those good players that's actually really kind and will tell you guys like how to play, give you advice, and tell you also like where I played really bad, right? And look, man, we're spotting the Zadimka here. We're spotting people on the way in. I think this is good information. We're getting spotting damage on this guy. I don't see how this is a bad play. I think because when you're the only light tank, people get mad that you don't go mid. But like the AMX ELC Biz has done fuck all so far this game. Like, I'm just going to throw that out there, man. I'm not saying he's done a bad play here. It's just he's done fuck all. He's just sitting there. He might have spotted the 13 FL11, but he's not doing anything. Now, maybe if he had CVS at this tier, it'd be different. But man, this Ram, dude, what is this Ram doing? This guy is relentless. Go away. Nobody likes you. Go away, bro. But yeah, I think this has been a good play, guys, right? 480 assists. Now, at tier 10, would you get a random medium just like trying to rip through here? No, but... And now I'm going to do exactly what I did last time. I'm going to come out of this location and start helping the east. And watch it work well this time, you know. Again, AMX has done nothing. Not saying he's a bad player, not saying it's a bad play. I'm just saying he hasn't done anything except maybe spot the counter the AMX 13 FL11. That's it. Compared to what we've done, right? And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, watch my last T100 LT session where we played on Live Oaks and people were shitting on me. So what I want to do now is try and join the fight over here. And again, same kind of thing is going on. We have a lot of people sitting in the back. And so we're not really going to be joining a fight here. We're just going to be like putting our gun into it from the back. I think we have enough support here though where I can probably try and get fancy though. Because this is an all-5 game. So maybe we can actually help this Panzer IV and be selfless. come back down to where he is. All the way. You can get like all the way down in the water here, like this. This thing actually has good DPM. It's not like the worst at crawling, you know what I mean? Like, it can kind of do it. Just trying to make sure I don't get hit by Artie. Because that would really ruin my day. Piss me off a lot. Good. This thing has such a big cap, I can like totally mess with this guy. I feel so bad. That tank is so bad at going hold down because it has this gigantic freaking hatch. We just picked him apart, man. Like, we just absolutely picked that guy apart, man. In real life, that would never happen, man. Like a little, like a light tank going against this heavy tank. But you can do damage by hitting someone's hatch in this game, you know? Like in real life, it's not really going to do much. In my opinion, you might kill the commander if he's hanging out up there, but... This guy's going out of my render. I'm just going to go after Artie at this point. And watch, we'll get wrecked. We will die to Artie in this game, but I'm gonna go after them. And watch me throw the game because of that. Like the BT-42, well, okay, BT-42 is dead now, so I think we're good. Good, he missed. I need to start moving. There's the AMX, that's fine. Let's see if Gorilla can hit me. He's trying, man. I'll give it to him. I think we have the DPM now to beat this guy. Good. Beautiful. 1952 damage, guys. 899 assist, and we used a decent amount of the standards there. So 5 kills. I think that was an excellent game, and this is how I would have played it in the T100 LT in that other session. If our team was better, I guess you could say. So like this is how I expected it to kind of go in the T100 LT. It didn't, and we got shit on for it. So, but we mastered it at tier 5. So maybe that play is only good at lower tiers, but that's how I pretty much always played Live Oaks from that spawn. And there you go, guys, mastered, high caliber. So what can I say? All right, let's play one more. I think we've played this thing really, really well so far. But let's play one more, guys, and then I'm going to take a quick break because I've been playing for, what, like, I don't know, an hour and a half now or so. So this is a good map. I absolutely love Muravanka, man. It's one of my favorites for light tanks. This one, Westfield, Proc. I'm not even a big fan of Malinovka anymore, to be honest with you guys. I really just don't even like Malinovka. I think my favorite maps are Muravanka and Westfield. I really like playing Westfield. And Proc is fun, but I feel like the game has progressed so much that they added that plane crash thing now, and it's just like people understand how the spotting mechanics work when they get on Proc. Many years ago, it was easier to spot people because they would just run down the bush line thinking they wouldn't get hit, stuff like that. And you can outplay them just knowing the game mechanics, but... Okay, this is a tier 7 game, we gotta be careful. I'm gonna load the APCRs from the get-go. There's the Panzer. I hope I'm not lit here. I would really like to poke this. Beautiful. Okay, got a little too greedy there. Wanted one more. Traded with STRV. And they've sent a lot of people this way. All our mediums are sitting in the back, so let's run right now. And we're getting hit by the AMX. We're getting hit by Artie. Of course we get hit by Artie. Like, why would Artie target anybody else at the beginning of the game? You know? Jeez, man, am I gonna be able to get out of here? Good. Yeah, they are pushing this hardcore, man. Hardcore. We need to just keep running. Get to where the 60G is, and then we'll reassess. I want to get to where the 60G is first. Yeah, they won this very, very quickly. I'm almost considering running now, but we have all these mediums still sitting here, so... Can I maybe hit this guy from back here? Can I get here without getting lit? This might be risky, honestly. I kind of want to get an angle on this guy. Yeah, this will keep him from poking. I just don't have a lot of HP. How hard does the Panzer IV-H hit? That's the question. I need to let the STRV use his HP. Yeah, this isn't the fight for me, man. I'm gonna end up getting freaking killed by RD2 or some stupid shit. Dude, I'm not going to be able to run from here now. This is a really, really bad decision on my part. We're going to die. Whew. That was lucky. That was very, very lucky, man. Okay, I'm gonna sit right here. I think this is a good location. Right on the cap here. Get right in these bushes, and we'll be able to spot people as they're coming in, hopefully. Depends on how they push. If they push like around like this, that's what I don't want, which they probably will. But I bet you one of them won't. So I think this is a good location. Come on, spot something. I'm going to. That's the point of me sitting here. I'll go cap. No, help me. Beautiful. That's why we're sitting here. Sometimes it really requires patience, guys. You just have to be patient, you know. There's 9 minutes left in this game, you know. Okay, now I'm going to come back away from this AMX. Try and put myself like right here, maybe. I think we'll be okay here. Just like this. Just watching for the AMX. Keeping the APCRs loaded almost just for the shell velocity, you know. Just gotta be patient, man. Gotta be patient. The AMX 13 hitting me was really unfortunate, man. Because if he didn't hit me, we'd have a lot more HP to be able to use right now. But I just don't really have any HP to spare. There's the AMX. The VK's in a really bad spot right now. He's probably going to end up going down. Like, I need people to be behind me, you know? These guys are trying to do too much. They should just be back further, like where the Artie is at this point. Like, the goal is to defend the base, right? So... Okay, I'm not in the right position based on where my teammates are, so I need to just go back and do damage. I'm trying to be too selfless here. Where the Arties are sitting is like the perfect spot. That's where we need to be right now. Good, beautiful. I really wish this Zaddy was back here. It's just the best spot, right? Because you can pull back and get safe. That's the thing. Like, otherwise I'd be more aggressive, but... Let's see, if the Zaddy was back here with me, this would be less of an issue. There's just no way, man. There's no freaking way. I can't bring this back, man. There's too much HP. This team needed to be back further, man. Like it was too easy to go over and flank where people were, man. We needed more people sitting back in the A1 corner. Not all in A1, I mean, but like in that relative location because we lost too much map and it's just too challenging to bring something like that back, man. I'm sitting there trying to spot one side of the map and everyone else is just kind of like hanging out in these zones that are very easy for the enemy to counter once they have that hill. You need to go back further so that they have to expose themselves and then you can get the shots, right? So if I had made that play sooner, I don't know, maybe it would have helped, but we lost a lot of HP at the beginning too, and they rushed us on the forest line. But overall, I think we did like decent that game. Let's actually play one more, guys. I'll give you guys one more. I mean, I think that's been our worst game so far, and it's one of my favorite maps. So I'm disappointed that it wasn't a good game, but I think the team just was too sloppy there at the end, man. Too sloppy. The VK, like being in the middle of the city, like, dude, you got to get back. Like, they're just not in the best positions to defend is basically what it was. And I should have adjusted to it sooner. I will honestly say. Like, I have this tendency to go on autopilot when I play light tanks sometimes. And that is the thing that is keeping me from being a 10k WTR player. I'm a 9300 WTR player right now. If I'd stopped going on autopilot and adjusted much sooner to things on the map, which is what I tell you guys all the time, like, I'd probably be a 10k player right now, I mean. But I go on autopilot and I'm like looking for shots on people, man. And you know what I'll say? If you want to watch a player, and it's not Ayuksen, he's really good, but if you want to watch a player that's underrated, go watch Religion of Rage. Watch Rage. Rage is like me, except he adjusts to things on the map much faster than not much faster, but exactly when he needs to. He adjusts to things on the map, especially because he plays AMX ELC BIS so much. You need to know really, really, really good positioning for AMX ELC BIS, and he's very good at it. So that's definitely an underrated player. You know, not like sponsoring him or anything like that. It's just like, or he's not sponsoring me, however you say that. I think he's very underrated, man. He's a really good player. And he's pretty funny too, man. He's really amusing to like watch. I just like the way he like laughs, man, when people do certain things, like when enemies do certain things. He's a really underrated player, man. He really is. I mean, I'm gonna take this since the VK gave it up. C25. I don't think I have enough support here, though. Okay, maybe we do. BK's getting some good shots. Good. This guy's got to be a pretty good player, man. He's doing this exactly the way he should be. Now he's getting whacked, though, for it. Those were really good pokes if he was like a 122 TM and had some armor, but he has no armor. I'm trying to position myself to like support him if the Panzer comes over. Okay, VK's back. This guy will absolutely assault me one-on-one, so I can't make that play to try and counter him. Good. But we can spot him. I would try and push this E25 if he was out in the open and the VK wasn't there, but the VK is completely taking away this option for me. The VK can literally hit me for like 400 flat in the face, so I just can't, like, this is too much for me to handle by myself. But I'm trying to get my gun in this fight as much as I can. So I can support these guys. Because I have decent DPM, right? So as long as we can pin our shots, which we should be able to on these guys. I know VK wants the shot onto me so bad. Ooh, M6 is over here, though. We don't have this covered. Alright, we need to counter this, then. Good. And now I need to go after the M6 right away. Jagdpans are still unlit. Okay. There he is. I think we can go around and try and hit this M6 in the back. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this, man. I'd like to try and flank this M6. Because we can't lose both sides of the map, but yeah, now we're just getting assaulted. Okay. Hit this guy 4 times, and now we run away from him. Okay, let him come down. Good. Now E25 and VK are going to be right behind me. I'm going to act like I'm going this way. As I go dark, go back the other way. One of them is going to like jump right in though and kill me like first shot. So like, be nice just to get one more shot off. There's the VK. He fired. Try and get as much out of this as we can. He'll ram me. That's fine. 1220 damage, 428 assist. I think that was a pretty good game considering the situations, right? And this guy looks like a really good player. I think, did he 2-mark that? He might be trying to 3-mark it. I think it looks like that's 2 marks for the Germans. Or maybe he had a 3-marked. But I'm actually thankful that he rammed me because we got a lot more out of that ram than I thought we would. But I think we played that one pretty well, man. I have to say, I think the only game we could have played better was the one before this, Muravanka. I think I just wasn't, I was on autopilot and I wasn't adjusting to what the team was doing enough, you know. Like I was telling you guys, they would have been better. This is the guy I just played against. I'll accept his friend request. It would have been better for them to be more in the back. So he's like a brown. I find it crazy how people have a 9K WTR, yet they have a 62% win rate. Like, I think my win rate is lower than it should be, and I don't know why that is. I think it's because I play mostly light tanks, and you guys can call me crazy for this, but I swear to you, when you play light tanks, you have the least amount of... How can I phrase this? Like, I don't know how to say this, man. I've been trying to think of like how to say this because I was going to say it in a video. I feel like you have the least impact at getting a win on most maps, right? Because look at my win rate in the T100 LT. I think I play this thing phenomenally, right? Look at my win rate in the Hawk 30, the M41. These are some of my favorite tanks, right? The Batch Hat's 56%, right? The LT 53, the Even 57, and then the 122 TM 60% win rate. The TS54 63% win rate, right? And like I don't play these vehicles, man, that much at all. Well, I mean I play them, but what I'm saying is I specialize in light tanks, right? And look at this 60% win rate, even though like I don't do that well in this tank. I'm 90th percentile, okay. And then in something like the Hawk 30, right? Based on these stats, I'm 95th percentile in damage. XTE 95th percentile. So like, I truly believe that because a lot of maps are damage maps and brawling maps, and that's the way Wargaming has designed the game, when you play a lot of lights, your win rate's actually going to be lower and your WTR is going to be higher. And then if you play a lot of tanks like this, like hold down, like brawlish, I'll call them kind of tanks, I feel like your win rate might actually be higher and your WTR might even go like a tiny bit lower perhaps, right? That's just how I feel. Like maybe that's not the case, but I don't know, guys. It's just like the waffle pans are another example. Only a 51% win rate because a lot of times I'm not quite aggressive enough. I'm doing all the damage as one side of the map is lost. Like I average 2,600 damage in this vehicle. It's a 98th percentile, 97.8th percentile XTE, which is like efficiency rating, right? Yet I only have a 51% win rate in this vehicle. And I've gotten a lot more aggressive with it. I mean, we've almost 3-marked this thing. I've been at 91%, right? And so it's like, that's how I feel, man. I feel like this player, this guy, we'll take a look at his stats. Would you be interested in coming to Detroit Bricked Up? No, thanks. I am a baboon for life. Smiley face. Good game. Good game. You are a good player. I don't know why I don't put A in there. I just say you're a good player. It's like the way you talk when you message people on a video game or like instant message, right? But anyway, guys, I think we played this well. It's just I like to rant to you guys, man. I really do sometimes, and we averaged 1136 damage, 672 assist, and again, this is low tier. We have a 65% win rate in this thing, right? I have a 66% win rate in the Covenanter, but like, it's not even a tier thing, right? Because at tier 8, at these higher tiers, I have a 63% win rate. I know I've only played 30 battles in a heavy tank that I don't even think I play that well. I mean, it looks like we're, again, 90th percentile, same exact as the 122 TM. Like, look at the win rates, though. Like, look at the win rates, man. It's just crazy to me. Like, I don't get that. You would think my win rate in the Hawk 30 would be, like, freaking insane because I'm so much better than so many players that play the Hawk 30. So when I'm lined up against another tier 8 light tank, I'm almost always outplaying them in these vehicles. I do so much damage. They're good brawling light tanks. But I just don't think they have enough impact because you have no armor. So you're not really able to, like, hold or carry one side of the map for your team, right? Like, I really just think that's the case. I don't think it's that I'm awful. You know, I think I'm as good as I say I am, right? I don't think it's a situation where I think I'm better than I really am or something. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's the tanks I play. Like, I play so many lights, and like, especially if you're playing something like this, like, what are you going to do with these little spitballs, man, that fire out of this thing? Like, you can't really make that big of a difference, in my opinion, compared to what you could do if, like, you're playing something like this, right? Like the TS54 that has armor, and you can kind of hold or push or, you know, make a big impact on one side of the map, right? So that's how I see it, guys. I don't know if you would agree or not. There are some tanks, some light tanks, like the AMX 1357 that I do very well in because the thing is just so freaking OP. But look at the SP1C, man. Like, I think a lot of these numbers are based on damage, so like I can understand why maybe this doesn't correlate that much with win rate. It definitely does, but maybe not extremely. I'm 99.78th percentile in this vehicle in terms of damage right now. I haven't played that many battles in it, right? 15 battles. But we have a 46% win rate in the vehicle. And I'm probably doing more damage because I'm going to the back to start camping because we've lost the entire freaking map already, right? So I don't know, guys. Like, my rant's done. This video is gone on forever, but like again, I'm only bringing you guys like 1 or 2 videos a week now, so hopefully you watch the whole thing. Hopefully you comment below with how you feel. If you think I'm right or you think I'm wrong, let me know, and I will catch you guys for the next video. Take care until then. Bye bye.